Good morning to you. It's Paddy here, and a very welcome back to the channel. I'm afraid it's a Ganzo again this morning, and to be honest with you, this is not what I expected. I wanted to do something different than a Ganzo, but I got this in a post about 3 days ago, and I jumped it up my list because I'm so impressed with it. So what I've got for you this morning is a new Ganzo. It's a Ganzo f753m, the usual 440 steel. And again, made by Ganzo. And if I gush about this knife, I mean it. This is absolutely special. This is G10 handle. Lovely. Oh, getting a bit blurred there. Come on, camera. There we go. G10 handle. Lovely Ganzo pocket clip. I've had no trouble with these Ganzo pocket clips, I have to say, and none. Lovely blue coloured, not anodized, coloured hardware. Axis lock. Lovely blade shape. Apparently it is a copy of as a ProTech. There's a larger version of this. This is a small version. There's a larger version. I think it's a copy of a ProTech, but I don't know. I've never seen the ProTech, so I couldn't really tell you, to be honest. All I can tell you is that this knife is beautiful. It's got, as you can see in there, it's got skeletonized liners in it. It's very lightweight. It's very pocketable. It's thin. I'll do the measurements in a wee minute, but the blade shape, I think, is beautiful. Goes down to a lovely strong point. Sorry, it's a bit dirty. I've been using it the last 3 days. It's absolutely wonderful. And for a Ganzo, this is the Firebird model. When Ganzo first came out, their axis locks, when they came to you, they were usually really stiff. It took about 4 days of ruining the end of your fingers to get them to loosen up. This was pretty much loose from the box. I would say within half an hour to an hour, and playing with it, I had it loose enough to close and open with the axis lock alone. I can pull this down with one finger and close it very easily. So that's a big change. So they've obviously listened to their customers, and they're changing things. They're making that spring softer. Flawless, to be honest with you. The fit and finish for a knife I haven't even told you the price, but when I do, I think you'll be impressed again. Ganzo just seem to be knocking it out of the park. It's very sharp out of the box. It's got the lanyard hole at the back. It's tip up, left or right carry, nothing down the bottom, obviously, with the axis lock. Everything about it is positive. I have no real negative. It's a wee bit off center. The blade, sorry, when it's in the stock, it's a little bit off center. But if that's all it is, that's not going to bother me. It's nowhere near touching sides or anything. Again, I'll show you that in a second. It's a little bit off center. Okay, it's not bad by any means. It's the only fault I can find with this knife. And for the price, as I say, you couldn't beat it. I'll put it on the weighing scales, and we'll let you see what weight it is. Because sometimes I get a bit tired of everybody saying, oh, Ganzo just make knives that are 4.5 to 5.5 ounces. They're heavy lumps in your pocket. That's the old Ganzo. Ganzo have moved on. And I think other people are going to start noticing, because they're coming out with products now. There we go, 2.8 ounces. that's valuable. There's not many that can come out with a G10 handle and a blade off. Let me see. Overall, this is coming in at just about 7 inches fully open, which is about 18, just under 18 centimeters. So that the scales themselves are 4 inches, which is just over 10 centimeters, and the blade length from the cutting blade to the edge is about 7.5 centimeters, which is just under 3 inches. Just under 3 inches, so it's perfect, and it'll be acceptable for most places in America. Unfortunately, not here in the UK to take out in the street, and I wouldn't be a naughty boy, not. So it's lovely. I've got it in green. It comes in black and it comes in orange. Oh, sorry. By the way, I put the L on my hand this morning. It's not to remind me. I know it's my left hand. It's in case you're sitting at the opposite side of the TV or the camera, and it's to let you know in case I cross my hands over which one's my left. So I'll leave that with you. You'll know which one's my left hand now. Um, Now, what else can I do? I'll do a blade thickness for you, and let me just get this open here. I'll do the thickness of the knife itself, which is 11.5 millimeters, and the blade stock itself is 2.6. It says 2.5 in their brochure, so 2.6 millimeters. Again, very, very comparable to another knife, and I think you already know which knife I'm going to show you. So I'll bring this one down closer and I'll put the other one behind it because I think it jumps above it now. This is my beloved Spyderco Delica, and look at that. It's well, the Spyderco Delica is a couple of millimeters longer. Bearing in mind, this is in G10. Over here at the moment, to buy a Delica in our local, there's one shop in Northern Ireland that sort of specialises in them. They've put them up to £99, which is over $100 for a Delica. I can't afford that. I paid £62 for it, which is about $70. That's about what I want for a Delica. That's, I think a Delica is worth that. It's a great knife. I mean, I bought these other knives, but I've also bought the Delica, which I think gives me a right to speak about other knives that are comparable to it. And this, by far, is comparable to it. I know it's 440 steel, but it cuts a dream, sharpens well. I've had no problems with my 440C from Ganzo. Their heat treatment seems to be really good and consistent through all their knives. So, it's nearly the same size. It's a couple of ounces. What's the Delica? Delica is about 2.4. Is it? I'll do a quick check. I can't remember now. I'll do a quick check. But a Delica is 2.3. So 2.3 to 2.8. So which one would you buy? The Delica? Well, let's say at the price that I paid for the Delica is £62. I love it. Don't regret it. It's a lovely knife, and I think that's value for money because I think it'll last me my lifetime. This here cost me, and I'm going to go for the price this morning. I checked before I come on air this morning here, and the price is $11.32 delivered. So I mean, for G10, and that's proper G10. It's grippy G10. Well, you can hear that. $11 delivered with 440 steel, fit and finish, absolutely beautiful, lovely little knife. So I'm going to remove this. Everybody used to say Ganzo, they just make big 4.5 inch, or 4.5 ounce knives. They're heavy, they're bulky in your pocket. Yeah, they did in the beginning, but they've moved on. I mean, this one is now 4.5, and most of the ones I buy now are less than this. And I'll show some examples. I have shown them in before. There's their Delica copy, which is nearly exactly the same weight, size, except it has a forward choil. It's 2.4 ounces, I think. And here's one that you haven't seen before. Well, not on my channel. This is the f753m, and it's BRD 4116 steel, which I'm not sure what it is, and I don't know how good it's going to be either, so I'm not going to comment on that yet. I've used this. It's like a beater knife. It's aluminium. It's got grippy handles. The grippy, what's the other knife that uses that? The Blur. Kershaw Blur uses that. So it's aluminium, and it weighs 2.5. Again, a lovely blade shape. Lovely cutter, came really, really sharp. I say I'm not sure how long the steel will last. It's a liner lock, not I've forgotten the name of the blooming lock. Anyway, you know what I mean. So it's a liner lock. So there's 3 knives that I've shown you that are in the 2 ounce, 4, 2.5 and 2.8 ounce. Um, and they are lovely knives. So I keep hearing it on YouTube. Oh, they're just big, heavy knives. No, you shouldn't buy them. They're from China. But everybody's willing to buy Spydercos that are built in China, other knives that are built in China, other knives that are built in Taiwan, other knives that are built in Sweden. When do we stop? Surely quality, and to be honest with you, this is where my argument comes. For my budget, the best quality I can get at the moment, until somebody else tells me another one to go to and I'll try it, is Ganzo. They are the best quality. This knife is beautiful. I think it's stunning looking. I think it's a gentleman's type knife. I'd quite happily take this out at a wedding or a function to cut a bit of string off the back of somebody's dress. I would definitely do that, yeah. But do you know what I mean? It is a lovely knife. And yeah, it might be a copy, but it's not going to be a complete copy. There's certain things, they still call it a Ganzo Firebird. You know, they're not trying to take a name. They're not trying to make out there's somebody they're not. They know that people know what Ganzo are doing. So there we go. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong in my eyes either. It's people trying to make a living, and different countries have different laws. We can never enforce our laws to different countries. That's not right. That's not the free world. So there we go. I think I was getting a bit political there. I've stopped. Okay. So from my left hand, that's this one. Goodbye. I hope you'll agree that's a good price. Sorry, I'll go through the price again. That is $11 at the moment. That one is $10 at the moment, and that one is $8 at the moment. All from GearBest. So quality, I think you'll find immaculate in all of them. Yeah, you know the liner lock one. It's a bit of a late lockup. It's it's about halfway across, but it's $8. Give it a break. That's $10. That's perfect lockup. Solid back lock, perfect. And this is the Ganzo G lock. So there's 3 different locks on 3 knives that are in a 2-ounce region. You know, look out, boys. They're definitely coming this year. I just believe. I think this will be the knife of the year because they're so good. I believe the quality in them is so good that they will be knife of the year this year. Because unless somebody comes up with something better at a price that's going to beat it hands down, and I don't think you can. I think either one of these is going to be knife of the year. This one I'm not sure of yet. This one's quite stiff. It's more of a pen knife. I use it more like a pen knife for doing rubbish jobs like cutting the cardboard up at the sink. I use that. And so far the edge is held up pretty well. So, okay, that's it. Stop rambling. Thank you very much for listening. I'm enjoying the community so far. I have to say that. I've already met some nice people, so thank you for the welcome into the community. And I know most of the communities in United States and Canada and Norway. It's not so big in this country, but I hope it will evolve. And maybe it takes 1 or 2 of us to get it out there. So thank you very much for welcoming me in. I'm sorry, sometimes I'm a bit controversial and I ramble on, but that's me. You'll get used to me. I don't mean you any harm. Now, take care, folks. Bye-bye. Bye.